What's up, guys? So if you've checked out the recent episode of the Joe Rogan Experience, you might have seen Gordon Ryan and Mo Jassim on the podcast. And there's a section of the podcast where Gordon Ryan actually talks about how messed up his shoulders are. So I'm gonna play that clip and we'll kind of break it down. And then I'll give you some ideas and solutions actually how Gordon can fix this problem actually, and if you're someone that's a jiu-jitsu practitioner and deals with these messed up tight rounded shoulders, what you can do. So let's check out the video. Here it is.
Going on, I got that going on.
Because everything we do is concave shoulders, like with the shoulders coming forward. I can't lift I can't do anything overhead. I can't wash the back of my neck because my shoulders are just, I'm always inverting doing this. It's
so if you see how Gordon's sitting, he's kind of very rounded, right? He's kind of head forward, rounded shoulders, kind of almost shrugged up. And he talks about not being able to reach the back of his head. Let's keep going.
Anything like this I can do, but I can't bridge, trying to scrub my back of my head. I'm can't get my shoulders back there. So it's just all a mess. And I'm only 27, so once I'm 40, I'm gonna be fucked.
But I think you could probably fix that.
So what he's talking about is that basic, notorious jiu-jitsu posture that we get. Everything we do is rounded in front of us. We're pulling, we're grabbing, we're staying tight, fighting off submissions, that type of thing. So we feed into this posture and this almost roundedness in our upper neck and our shoulders and our thoracic spine. So this is something common among jiu-jitsu athletes. It's common among people that sit a lot or even do a lot of computer work or on their cell phones, things like that. So there's some things to address, and we want to address the shoulder, of course, but we also want to address the surrounding tissue. We want to talk about the neck, we want to talk about the thoracic spine, the mid-back, and also some of the muscles kind of attributing to the shoulder as well. So I'm going to show you guys some really easy stuff, effective techniques to use with very minimal equipment. And the way you're going to do these are going to be actually right after training. I think someone that's very busy, like a Gordon Ryan, that doesn't have a bunch of time or maybe doesn't even see the benefit of getting into some of these rehab or these kind of body maintenance techniques. I think this can really be something easy to do when you're already warmed up after training. Your body's still warm. You can do some of these things to cool down and stretch out the body and kind of keep the body moving optimally. So let's get into these techniques. Basically what we need, and we usually have most of the stuff on the jiu-jitsu mats, is a foam roller and some type of Theraband or light resistance band. So those will be helpful to kind of get into it. So we want to look at the neck and the mid-back, the thoracic spine. It's very important that we get the thoracic spine to extend, meaning if we're rounded like this and I try to lift my shoulder up, that's as far as I can go. But if I can get my thoracic spine to extend a little more, I can get much more height on my shoulder, get more range of motion. That's going to be something we're working on. And then we want to work on opening up the pec and the shoulders as well. So there's some stretches we can do for that. So let's start with a basic pec stretch. And what we're going to do, because again, when we're here, our pecs are tight and our anterior shoulder and our deltoid's kind of tight, so we want to kind of open that area up. So what we're going to do here, guys, is we're going to actually get down on our bellies. The arm that we're stretching is going to go a little bit up above, okay? And then we're just going to back step. You can go as far as you can comfortably. You should feel stretch in the front of the chest, the pec area. And you just go back this way as best you can. Hold for about 15 seconds and then come back. So again, the arm goes up a little bit. And we use our other hand to kind of rotate and stretch that pec. All right, that's number one, stretching the pec, the anterior shoulder. So exercise number two, we're gonna again work on the thoracic spine, trying to get that spine to open up, okay? What we're gonna do here, use our foam roller. We'll go right to that mid-back. Now what I like for Gordon's situation where he also has a hard time reaching the hands behind the head, we're gonna get a 2-for-1 here. We're gonna get kind of a pec and a shoulder opener, and we're also gonna get a thoracic extension. So what I'll do is I'll find kind of a stiff segment, place my hands behind the head, tuck the chin. I don't want my chin jutting out or do anything like this. Put my hands behind my head if I can, and as I extend, I open up my elbows. Think about that. That's getting out of the opposite position, right? This position we're getting into the opposite position. So here, extend, hold 3 to 5 seconds, come back. And when I'm coming back, I'm not rounding, I'm kind of getting a neutral position. extend, and coming back. So let me show you guys from a little bit different angle. Again, here, boom, extend, 3 to 5 seconds, do about 5 times. You can walk that down a little bit or up, extend again. If you can. If you can't, you can just have your hands across your chest or even go over top. All right, next one, great for shoulder mobility and getting, again, the chest to open up a little bit and get some thoracic mobility as well. Take our hands, we're gonna put them on top of the foam roller and we're gonna just roll our foam roller down while we bring our chest towards the ground and back. We're gonna do about 10 of these. So we're getting the shoulder joint, we're getting the surrounding areas, the surrounding tissue. And we're getting the, you know, some mobility in that area. All right, couple more left. Now, these, using a Theraband, are really valuable. The reason why is we want to kind of set the shoulders in a good position and our posture in a good position, so we want to kind of activate some of these muscles. These mid-trap rhomboid muscles, lower trap muscles that we need, you know, they're getting kind of overpowered by these pecs. They're working really hard in the anterior and the chest muscles. So we want to work on the inverse of that. Again, we work on tucking our chin, get a good neutral spine. Now with these are kind of simple pull-aparts, right? Everybody knows I do pull-aparts, but there's some things I want to add. What I'll have people do is actually, instead of just pulling back, have people squeeze the shoulder blades together, but then start with the thumbs up. But when you go back, I want you to rotate. You see what it does to my shoulders and my back? It kind of gets everything to engage. So I want to rotate my thumbs out, pull, and then come back. So start with the hands in neutral, squeeze the shoulder blades, rotate thumbs back. One more time, show it from a different angle here. Squeeze the shoulder blades down to my back pockets, and as I come back, 10 to 15 reps of this one, 2 sets is great. The other one I want to do, since we're already got our band, is I want to do the same thing with the band starting in a neutral position. Elbows are going to be in. We're going to squeeze our shoulder blades. Now this time, we're going to rotate our thumbs out again as we're doing an external rotation. These are valuable for the rotator cuff, and we're getting into that movement, the inverse movement that we couldn't get into before, that Gordon has a hard time with, a lot of jiu-jitsu practitioners have a hard time in. This is internal rotation this way. We're working the inverse, the opposite, thumbs out. And one last one we're gonna do, a great finisher, a great postural exercise. I think one that I recommend people do all the time is a wall slide or like a wall angel. You can do these on the ground as well, but at the wall is super easy. It's great for feedback, and you can also do it throughout the day, anytime. You don't have to get on the floor. So let me show you that one. Right here in the sitting position, we're gonna get our back nice and snug against the wall. Get the shoulders back, tuck the chin. So try to place your hand against the wall. If you can't, take a little towel roll and put it there. Tuck the chin. Try to get those elbows to the wall and the hands to the wall. It might be hard. If you're someone like Gordon Ryan, you're probably like this. So this is gonna be taking some practice for you to get here. Tuck the chin, try to get those hands back. Slide up and down the best you can. What you don't wanna do is arch your spine or arch your back, okay? So try to do the best you can. You can also, again, like I said, do this one in standing. You can also do it in sitting if you're, on the jiu-jitsu mats hanging out. Tuck the chin, 5 to 10. You'll find one side is worse than the other. Some people might be hanging here. That's okay. Fight for that range of motion. Try to get it the best you can. Now, guys, this isn't an exhaustive list. There's all kinds of other things to look at, to address, but these hit the basics. You have you address the joint specifically, you address the muscles in the front that can be tight, you strengthen the muscles in the back that could need some activation. You're also working on cueing and setting the body in a good position and working on those joints as well, the mid-back, and working on a good neck position. Those all things can help, and I think if Gordon does a sequence similar to this, there's a lot of variability, but it's a sequence with these same type of components, he's gonna find a lot of success in improving his range of motion, in his shoulders, improving kind of his postural awareness and his ability to kind of sit in a better position, but also helping the shoulders function better. So keep the shoulders healthy, keep the body healthy. You're kind of trying to to correct some of these imbalances that we get through jiu-jitsu. And I think it's worthwhile to do. And I think if Gordon does some of these things, it'd be really beneficial for his jiu-jitsu longevity. Not that he needs my help, but just some things I saw, and hopefully if you saw Gordon, you know, that he deals with some of these issues, that you probably deal with these as well, and it'll get your mind going. You'll kind of get the bells ringing a little bit, that you feel like it's something you got to work on. So guys, that's it. If you have any questions, shoot me a comment down below. I appreciate y'all checking out the video, and talk to you guys next time.